Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. Today the class 10th board exam was conducted for the subject of mathematics for the session 24-25. So I know most of you must be looking for the answer key for all the MCQs which existed in that question paper. So here I go. I'm going to solve all the multiple choice questions so you can test how much you scored out of 20. The first question was based on the empirical relation. The empirical relation which connects the mean, median, and mode. So if you know the mode of any data is given by 3 times the median minus 2 times the mean. Very basic formula. So you just have to put the values here. 3 times the median. Median is 9.6 given in the question, and 2 times mean is 10.5. So if you solve this is 27 plus 1.8 is 28.8, and 10.5, the double is 21. So the answer for the question is 7.8, and the answer happens to be option number A. Let's move on to the next question. So a question of trigonometry there. If you convert that into sine and cos, tan A is sine A over cos A, and cosec A is 1 over sine A. So we have a square there, minus, then we have a sine A, and secant A is 1 over cos A, and then followed by a square. So you can see the sine is getting cancelled here, thereby giving you 1 over cos A in the first bracket and sine A over cos A in the second bracket. Now we'll convert it back to secant and tan. 1 over cos is secant, so it is secant square A, and sine over cos is tan, so this becomes tan square A. And we all know the identity, secant square minus tan square is 1. And so the correct option is option B. The third question was that of the applications of trigonometry. Very simple question. There is this kite which is flying at a height of 150 meters. So this is 150 meters, the vertical, and then it is attached to a string inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. So the horizontal in this case is the ground. So this is the ground horizontal. This is 90 degree angle, and the string, this is x meters. So we are to find the length of the string given that the angle of inclination is 30 degree. So this 150 meters is actually the perpendicular of this right angle triangle, and x meters, the length of the string, is the hypotenuse. So the trigonometric function which relates perpendicular and hypotenuse is sine, right? So sine 30 degree is perpendicular 150 upon hypotenuse x. Sine 30 is 1 by 2, and therefore if you cross multiply, you will get x, or the length of the string, as 300 meters. So the correct option B. Let's move on. Question number 4 again was a conceptual question in which you have a triangle ABC. Let me draw it for you. Otherwise this figure is not required. I am just drawing it just for your understanding sake. And then we have another triangle which is DEF. So what all are given in the question? Angle B, this one, and angle E, this one. So these two are equal, angle B and angle E. And then angle F and angle C. So angle F is here and angle C is here. So you can see two of the angles are already given equal. So if two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of the other, obviously the triangles are similar. So similarity is proved by AA rule. But in the other part of the question, he says AB is 3 times DE. So if AB is larger and DE is smaller, because 3 times DE gives you AB, so they cannot be congruent, right? Because in case of congruence, the corresponding sides have to be equal. But here AB is much more larger than DE, and so the answer is similar but not congruent, and the option which states this is D, similar but not congruent. Question 5. So very easy question of trigonometry there. 7 plus 4 sine theta is 9. So let's solve this. 4 sine theta equal to 9 minus 7, which is 2. So sine theta is 2 upon 4 and that is 1 upon 2. And you should know by standard values of trigonometry that theta has to be 30 degree because sine 30 degree is half. So the correct option is B, 30 degree. Question number 6, a tactical question there. Now in this question, two polynomials are shown in the graph below. So as you all know, every polynomial has a graph, right? And the number of zeros of any polynomial are the number of times the graph intersects x-axis. So if you carefully watch the graph like this is intersecting this x-axis at 2 points here and here. So there are two distinct zeros of this polynomial. But in case of the other graph, which is somewhat like this, the 2 points where the inverted u is crossing the x-axis or intersecting the x-axis are exactly the same as the first graph, right? So the answer is not 4. There is a reason for that. The number of distinct, now this word is important there, the number of distinct zeros of both the polynomials. Distinct are only 2 zeros. In all, you have 4 zeros, but 2 of them are same and other 2 are same. So number of distinct zeros are 2 and therefore option number C is the correct answer. I hope all of you got that right. Okay, let's see question number 7. Easy question there. So in this question, one of the angles, angle POB, is given as 115 degree. And even if you know slightly the properties of a tangent to a circle, the question is going to be really easy. Since OA is the radius, we all know that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent PA, right? So we have a right angle triangle, OAP. This is the right angle triangle. And now one angle, that is the exterior angle of the triangle OAP, is 115. So the exterior angle is always equal to the sum of interior opposite angles. So angle OAP plus angle APO is equal to 115. I use the exterior angle property. Now angle OAP happens to be 90 degree because just now we proved that OA and PA are perpendicular. So very easy, angle APO, which you have to find, will be 115 minus 90, that is 25 degree, and the correct option is option A. Let's move on to the 8th question. Now again a tactical question. A piece of wire 20 centimeter long. So the length of the piece of wire is 20 centimeter and it is bent into the form of an arc of a circle. So this is the arc of a circle which is made out of the piece of wire which is 20 centimeter long. So this is the length of arc which is 20 centimeters. If you know the formula for finding the length of the arc, it is 2 pi r times theta upon 360. Now this is given as 20. Now what else is stated in the question? It is stated that the radius, so I'll just write 2 pi into radius. Radius is 60 upon pi. See, it is mentioned in the question. Times theta upon 360 equal to 20. So the pi gets cancelled. 2 times 60 is 120, which cancels 360 3 times. And so theta upon 3 gets you 20. And that means theta is 60 degree. So this is what he was asking us to find, right? The angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle is 60 degree. So the option number B happens to be the correct answer for this particular question. Likewise, we have a very simple question of HCF and LCM there, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. For the numbers 98 and 28, 98 is 49 into 2, right? So 2 into 7 square, and 28 is 2 square 4 into 7, right? Now using this, we should know that the HCF will be the lower power of the common factor. So 2 into 7, that is 14, and this is given in the question as m. So m is 14, which is the HCF. Likewise, the LCM has the higher power of the common factor. So 2 square into 7 square. So that is 4 into 49, and that happens to be 196, and this is the value of n, the LCM. Now, having known the values of m and n, we can just put it here, n minus 7m. What is n minus 7m? 196 minus 7 times 14, and that is 196 minus 98. That's exactly 98. And so the answer is option number C. Question number 10. Now you should know the values of the two square roots which are given there. If you know square root 3, it is 1.732, and if you know square root of 5, it is 2.236. Now first thing is we have to find a rational number between these two, right? So if you see option 1, 1.4 something, right? It is not going to lie between 1.7 and 2.2. So this option number A is ruled out. Option number B is 2.32 something, right? 2.32 again, it lies outside 1.732 and 2.236. So this is also ruled out. It is outside the range. C is pi. Pi we all know is 3.14, which again is more than the bigger number there. So this is also ruled out. And so your answer is 1.857142. Why is it a rational number? Because it is a terminating decimal. And whenever there is a terminating decimal, it can be represented in the form of P upon Q. So the answer for the question is D. Likewise, question number 11, again tactical, he gave 5x minus 7x square plus 3. So if you don't rearrange that to a standard form, you're going to get your answer as wrong. So the standard form is minus 7x square first, then plus 5x, and then plus 3. Now the sum of zeros, what he is asking us to find is given by negative b upon a, and that is negative b is 5 upon a is negative 7. So negative gets cancelled, and you have the answer as 5 upon 7. Option number C happens to be the correct answer. Question 12. So we have an equation there, 2x minus 3y plus a equal to 0. And then we have 2x plus 3y minus b equal to 0. Now there is a solution which is given there, x equal to 1 and y equal to 2. Let's put it here, x equal to 1, y equal to 2, right? And in the other one, x equal to 1 and y equal to 2 minus b equal to 0. So this is 2 minus 6, that is minus 4. So a becomes 4, and for the other one, the value of b will be 2 plus 6, that is 8. So a is 4 and b is 8. Now what is he asking us to find? He is asking us whether a is equal to 2b, 4 equal to 2b. No, not at all. Whether 2a equal to b, 2 times a equal to b. Oh, perfect. 8 equal to 8. And so option number B works for us. And the answer is 2a equal to b. Question number 13. So sector of a circle has an area of 40 pi. So area of a sector is pi r square theta upon 360. This is given as 40 pi. So the pi gets cancelled. And what else is given in the question? Central angle of 72 degrees. So r square into 72 upon 360 equal to 40. Pretty easy. After this, 72 cancels this 5 times and 5 gets cross multiplied. So r square equal to, how much is this? This is 200. And so r is square root of 200. R is 10 root 2, right? Now 10 root 2 units. This is the answer. And that's what he's asking us to find, the radius of the circle. So the option number D is the correct answer for this particular question. Question 14 is the easiest one of them all. You should know that whenever you have a circle and you draw a diameter like this, and these are the endpoints of the diameter A and B. If you draw a tangent at A and a tangent at B, they can only be parallel, right? You can't have perpendicular tangents at the endpoints of the diameter. So the answer is A, parallel. Question number 15. So again, a tactical question, understanding based question there. So minus 1 power n plus minus 1 power 8 is 0. Then n is, so minus 1 power n, I can't do anything with that because I don't know what n is, plus, but minus 1 power 8, if minus 1 has an even power, it becomes 1 equal to 0, right? So now if I want to get a 0, this part has to reduce to minus 1, so that minus 1 and plus 1, they cancel out. So when will this become minus 1? When n will be odd, because minus 1 raised to power an odd number is always minus 1. And so the answer for the question is C, any odd number, right? Next, the endpoints of a diameter of a circle. So this is the diameter, say this point is 2, 4, and this is the other end, minus 3, minus 1, and he is asking us to find the length of its radius. Okay, so if this is diameter, I can actually find the diameter by using the distance formula. So x1 minus x2, so 2 plus 3 whole square plus 4 plus 1 whole square. So how much is this? This is 5 squared 25 plus 5 squared 25. That is 2 times 25 or 5 root 2, right? Now this is the diameter, right? So I hope you have not marked answer B, because he is asking us to find the radius, and radius is diameter by 2. So that is 5 root 2 by 2. The answer is A, but why the answer is not D? Because the radius cannot be negative. So 5 root 2 upon 2 is ruled out, and so the answer is the positive value of 5 root 2 upon 2, option A. Question 17, an easy question there. 11th term is A plus 10D. It is given in the question as 39. And 13th term, A plus 12D, is given as 45. So he's asking us to find the common difference, right? So we just have to eliminate A. So just subtract the two equations. A gets cancelled. 10D minus 12D is minus 2D, and 39 minus 45 is minus 6. So D is 3. Easiest one of them all, right? And so the option number D is the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 18. A card is drawn at random from a pack of 52 cards. What is the probability that the card drawn is a spade or a king? Okay, so we have a little twist in the question there, so we need to be careful there. How many spades are there? 13 spades, right? So 13 are favorable, plus how many kings are there? 4 kings, right? So 4 kings are favorable, but in doing so, we have a king of spade also. So that means one of the cards, that is king of spade, right, that is included in this 13 and this 4. So that has to be reduced by 1, because we have counted king of spades twice, and divide by what? The total number of cards, 52. Now if you could get the numerator right, the answer will not be wrong. So 13 plus 4 is 17, 17 minus 1 is 16, 16 upon 52 is 8 upon 26, further it becomes 4 upon 13, and the option number C happens to be the correct answer. Likewise, if you have the next question here, the probability of selecting a number at random from the numbers 1 to 20. So when probability of getting a number, so every number exists only once, right? So every number will have a probability of selection of 1 upon 20. Now he is saying that the probability of selecting a number at random from the numbers 1 to 20 is 1. No, not at all. Probability of selecting a number is 1 over 20. And so the assertion is false. Now you don't even have to look at the reason, but let's see what reason is. For any event E, if probability of the event is 1, then E is called a sure event. Yes, it is called a sure event. So the reason is true. So assertion is false and the reason is true. Where does that option come in the answer? It is D, the false and the true. Assertion is false and the reason is true. Likewise, the 20th question, the last one, if we join two hemispheres of the same radius. So this is one of the hemispheres, and if you join one of them, another one with the same radius, so they will get joined exactly, right? And they will form a sphere. So if we join two hemispheres of same radius along their bases, we get a sphere. So the assertion is absolutely true. And what about the reason? The reason says the total surface area of a sphere of radius r. So when we have a sphere of radius r, the total surface area of this sphere is 4 pi r square and not 3 pi r square. So the reason is false. So what is the option which you had to mark? True, false. That is option number C. So friends, these are the first 20 questions, the multiple choice questions of the board examination which you face today. Verify it, share the video with all the friends who have appeared in the exam, so that they can also cross check their answers and they can mark their examination paper themselves. All the best, friends.